Good afternoon, Internet. Stay Weird 1993 here, or Stay Weird 1993 Vlogs if you follow me off YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. As I say, we don't normally have time for an afternoon stream, but I found myself stumbling upon a little free time today. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue what we were doing on our last stream for Warcraft anyway, which is we're just going to be leveling our mage. I'm just going to double check a few things on here. Just make sure we're all ready to go. Yeah, quarantine leveling stream. We're not in the... That's fine. Just to make sure, because we did stream some Halo Reach campaign at the end of last night for about half an hour, so I wanted to make sure we weren't still under the same stream category, and this was apparently under Halo Reach, because at the start of my Halo stream last night, it had remained underneath World of Warcraft, which... It's not the worst thing in the world, it's just not good for metrics. Enraged Crusher Cores. So... I hope everyone's keeping well during quarantine. So, let's continue with our Nagrand questing. So we're going to kill Enraged Crushers. I'm assuming they're around here somewhere. Is there a cave? I haven't actually done this quest before in Nagrand, so... I feel like I've always skipped this for some reason. Is that an Enraged? No, it's a Storm Rager. There's a Crusher that we need. We'll keep some LFD as well. So we are doing a shorter stream today, this afternoon at least. Before I come back later with a bigger stream, because I usually come back in the evening with a longer one. Currently... Just got a little free time today to do this. So it's nice to do something a little different. So it's crushers that we need, and they're in this area, but... I'm either being really dumb when there's a cave system, or there aren't any on the map. Because they should be here. So yeah, there's got to be a cave, hasn't there? Unless it's somewhere else. If not, we'll just go do another quest anyway. I forget how nice Nagrand looks as a zone. It looks like there's a cave here. Yeah, there's a cave. But I don't think this has anything to do with what we need. Those ruins... We'll go this way. I don't think that that cave takes us underneath those hills. There's an enraged crusher here. I'm guessing they're scattered around, actually, and they're not where they're supposed to be, because that one was nowhere near the actual quest zone, so I'm going to assume that it's bugged, and the quest zone is wrong. Yeah, because they're here, look. That's not right. That doesn't seem right at all. This is nowhere near where the quest is meant to be. But anyway, I digress. The big rock dudes now. Conjured Mana Lollipop. Just imagining my orc aggressively chomping a lollipop. Him munch. I just think Nagran is a very pretty zone in terms of, for the old world especially, we're talking TBC, you know. And the updated models don't look too bad out here. I just wish that, I mean, we know Thrall's out here or was out here, prior to the end of the war campaign for 8.3 and stuff, or 8.25, but I wish we'd got more content to return to the Outland for some reason, and I think that would have not gone amiss, especially in Legion, where we could have had a valid reason to go back to the Outland too. I think we could have had a valid reason to go there. Like, I feel like Legion would have been the time to do that if they were going to, but then they did it in BFA with the cinematic. This is Dranosh Southang. Yeah, this is Dranosh. This is the guy who dies at the Wrathgate. Spoilers for a 10-year-old game. But, you know, that guy dies at the Wrathgate. This is the Blood Elf Priest. Oh, that's cool. I like what they've done with their transmog for the priest. That looks quite good. Like a battle priest, Cinderai battle priest. I like that. I'm hoping that we get some more. The customization that we're seeing for the races so far that's been coming out of the Shadowlands data mining has been really interesting. I'm really hoping we see some more interesting alterations to the races, um, in terms of flexibility to have have it feel how you want to feel. I mean, for me, what's great about the customization options that are being presented is it gives your class and player as an identity. It gives you more freedom with that. So I think that it's going to be interesting because I want to see where we go with customization. Where's the limit? What are the prerequisites for does this break law? Does this not break law? And I think with customization, you're fortunate to be able to not break the law too much with it. People are saying that the elves getting darker skin tones, like the blood elf specifically, breaks law, but there's actually nothing that says that. It just says that their skin lost the purple hue. If you look at what it says about what happened to them after their exposure to the Sunwell, it says that in the law it lost their purple hue. Well, none of their skin tones have a purple hue, so it's not law breaking. It's against the established law, I suppose, of what the elves look like, but it's not impossible. That's like saying, well, okay, so just because it's not something we've seen represented in game doesn't mean it doesn't exist, i.e. female ogres. How do ogres reproduce if there's no female ogres? Is it therefore law breaking to have female ogres? And it's like, well, if they go, well, no, it's been mentioned in the literature, it's like, so? They've been mentioned, but we've never seen one. It's like, well, there's certain things. I think that people's sensibilities are getting in the way here a little bit. So there are people who think that it's political correctness gone mad, which I don't agree with. There are people who think that it's some kind of social justice ploy. Again, I don't agree with that. If there was a genuine law reason for something not to be included in the game, I would be against it being included in the game. If it was law breaking, but for no other purpose, so it's hard for me to understand their logic because it sounds to me like thinly veiled racism, which I will say. That's how it sounds to me when I look at their arguments for why dark-skinned blood elves should not be included. They're saying, well, it's not in the law. To me, it doesn't say. There's nothing in the law that stops that from being true. So for me, it's the thinly veiled racial bias of some kind. Now, whether these people understand that their predisposition against this could be considered racist, I don't know if that's their intent. Because, I mean, a lot of the time it might be that they genuinely don't understand from a law perspective. It's not a big deal, though. It really isn't. But what is a big deal is the reasons people are saying that it's not possible. And that they're against it, when there isn't a logical reason. If you can stand by it shouldn't be a thing, after understanding there's no law reason for it to not be a thing, then that's when it becomes, for me, some kind of either conscious or subconscious racism. But that's just how I feel about it. It's not law breaking. It doesn't harm the Blood Elf lore in any way, shape, or form. And hey, if it bothers somebody that much that it's in the game, they can just stop playing. I think one of my favourite things is when people who aren't even subbed to the game still complain about it. It's like, oh well, this is. I mean, normally gameplay. It's like people who aren't subbed go, "Oh, I don't like this idea." It's like you haven't played. Like that's like looking at a restaurant who's under new management. You didn't like it before, but it's reopened as a new establishment. It's like going, well, okay, so the changes they've made, I've not checked them out, but I don't like it because I didn't like it before. I mean, an argument. It's like I didn't like this change. It's like okay, but then if something's been iterated on, it might be worth another chance. There are patches in World of Warcraft where I've not enjoyed playing this game, and you know what I did? I stopped playing for the patches I didn't enjoy. The times I didn't enjoy the game are when I stopped playing it. Like during WoD, I took a break because I wasn't enjoying the content drought. At the end of Siege of Orgrimmar, I took a long break because we had a long content drought before a game without much content in. I'd say probably during the final patch cycle of Legion, just due to personal reasons, I was taking a lull in playing, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I was very much a fan of Legion, but, it doesn't mean that I can't come back. Like, now, I'm coming back, and now I've got something to do with streaming and stuff. It's like, it's enjoyable. This game is enjoyable. And Shadowlands is coming, so that's another thing. If I had a wish list for WoW, a lot of it is, if you look at the visual fidelity, I think this should be maybe reviewed, because I don't know whether this is for everyone. It's definitely something I would like to see. You look at the visual fidelity of things like Shadowlands, and look how incredible the game looks now, because it does look amazing. And I think to myself, what if they, rather than completely redesign the world, just updated art assets in the world? So, within the game files, look at what, a house is, just put higher resolution textures in. More polygons in the building. As long as it takes up the exact same amount of space physically, it's not going to be game breaking. In theory, I'm not a game designer. Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Absolutely, correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like if they were just to upgrade the visual fidelity of old art assets, maybe even just upgrade the models used, because all of this will be coming from a spreadsheet of reference. There'll be a file that dictates what this looks like. So if they can update the files to make the game look nicer and just update the older textures everywhere, mammoth task, I know. I just think that would really help Warcraft. I just think it would help WoW. It would help WoW still. I just feel like that would be a nice addition. In my honest opinion, it's something I would enjoy seeing. It's not to say it has to be done. It's not what I'm suggesting. However, I just think it would be a nice addition myself. Maybe I'm alone on that one, but that's what I think it'd be a good addition. That's a cool helmet. I like this. I was just having a look at transmog stuff. This is cool. I've had Anduin's theme from Legion stuck in my head all day today. It's a good theme. It's good. Those are cool though. The honor-bound artificers. Is it? I mean, honest. Is it the call it? I can't. I don't know. That might be nice to get as a transmog. I mean, I know this version exists, but my character's not a fell. I remember yesterday when the first thing somebody said to me in a group here was go arcane or frost. I'm like, well, the honest answer to that is, well, no, because I want to level a fire mage. Maybe it's better for leveling, maybe it's faster for leveling, but I want to learn this class before I get to max. I want to know what I'm doing with it before I get there. I want to feel confident in what I'm doing. And as a result of that, I definitely don't want to be playing a class to then change my spec and play a different class at max. I want to play Fire Mage, so that's what I'm going to do. Well, the Violet Hold's always riveting, so we'll queue again. We've got about half an hour left of our afternoon stream anyway. God, it's so much better with bigger bags. I should have done this on every character that I leveled. Just buy these. The deep sea bags. To be fair, I'm really enjoying Fire Mage right now. This could be... I think I'm enjoying this as much, if not a little more than I did the Hunter. Got a Mirkblood Scavengers, Raiders, and collect the Idols. I say these are the broken Draenei, aren't they? So just one shot everything. Let's see here. That's just disappear. Took a little too many of them on there. I appreciate the viewership that I get on this though, so thank you if you are watching. What I do appreciate is, of course, people do dip in and out, and that's fine. So, yeah, cool. Let's kill them one by one. That would. There's an alliance player here. That would explain the dying, probably. Oh yeah, because there's PvP zones, isn't there here? That was definitely a max level guy, just going, oh well, we'll just kill this lobby here because we can. Whatever helps him sleep at night. It's the alliance after all. Must suck to have all that human potential, huh? Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a Horde, mostly a Horde exclusive player. I tend to find the community on the Alliance is a little more frustrating to deal with, but that's just a personal opinion. People probably think that about me as a Horde player, so. I expect to be killed by that Alliance person again anytime soon because they're probably camping out waiting for me. Ah, we almost got away. I keep forgetting I'm a Clothy. I can't just run in anymore. I'm not Leroy Jenkins. That is an old meme. But am I sorry for quoting it? Absolutely not. I like these 3D assets on the mage robes in BFA. And Taurus was at least interesting for mages. We got a t-shirt. Because it was very battle magey, I thought, the Antaurus gear for mages. I remember seeing it. It was like, that's Magneto, right? It looked like Doctor Strange, and I quite liked that, but not for mage class fantasy. Personally, anyway. Very, it was a good idea, it was cool, but didn't really speak to me design-wise. One thing I haven't seen a lot of since their introduction is I haven't seen many Pandaren DK. Well, should I say it's Pandaren male DK I haven't seen a lot of. I think I'm missing a quest. No? I just don't have that one. Vengeance be mine. Well, no, I do have that one, but I don't have the one where people are collecting the reagents from here. I don't know why that is, but that's fine. It's not on my quest log, and it's not an available quest to me, so I'm assuming it's maybe a level problem. It's nice to be doing the Northrend dungeons again, because these are full of nostalgia for me, so... See, that Pandaren thought he was being smart by teleporting ahead and taking them. It's like, but you missed one. And there's one over here as well. I'm also going to take that. Yoink. I thought I hadn't got this quest. I couldn't find it in my log. Oh yeah, I've taken tailoring, haven't I? I need the cloth. I need to actually level my... I actually need to level the professions I've taken. Well, this is Savala Sorrowgrave, isn't it? As Edgy McEdgelord. What? So at the moment we are just gonna plow through this. Silver bars I need. Oh. Why am I being attacked? I just need a single silver bar now to complete that quest. Doo doo doo. There's nothing there. I took it all because reasons. So they're clearing everything for some reason, but see, I'm not pulling this. This is the monk, the mage. It's me. I'm the mage. Yeah, the monk keeps going and pulling stuff. I mean, I'm not against the idea, but still. I mean, the more EXP, the better, right? But Like yeah. It's weird how the Worgen were how they were featured, and also hunters could tame old Worgen, and then they became an allied race. That well, not an allied race, I was going to say an alliance race. But yeah, and I wonder if there's still hunters out there with pet Worgen, and how would that work out in the lore? It's like, hey, that's my uncle, man. Yeah, I know. Well, you know, he was too far gone by the Worgen curse. Sorry, dude. He's now he now works for me. The Fire Mage still feels really powerful to me. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to how this class plays, but honestly, this is some like I've not seen this gameplay really before I've done this, so I've not played a Fire Mage before now, and now I'm playing it. I can see the fun. Bearing in mind, I used to not like casters either. Like the Beast Mastery Hunter changed my mind, and then the Hunter, and then the Mage just kind of sold it for me that you can have some real fun with casters in this game. Well, range, should I say? I'd love to try Destruction Warlock again. I mean, I do have a Warlock at Legion level. I just I love the Warlock lore, but I don't like how the specs have played at times. I've just not found that very engaging. Like, am I against playing Warlock? Absolutely not. But I just I'd need to really enjoy it. Did they actually just waste the harpoon? You gotta wait for him to be in range. Also, it looks like the snow's falling up here. Yeah, I have that mount, and I know it's quite a rare drop. It's quite cool. Nether Breath Spellblade. Yeah, it's weird because I've not really used the offhand thing. There we are, level 70. I love the lore behind the Vrykul. So seeing these guys, I believe it was in the Trial of Valor or the Halls of Valor, was cool. Right, well, we got that. Oh, we're now past level cap here, which is good. I'm noping out of here. Doo doo doo. We're level 71 now anyway, so we can actually head to Northrend, which is nice. But I want to finish this quest. Ah, I messed up on that one, but we're nearly there. We can finish the quest. I wonder where we're going to go after Shadowlands. I mean, some of the data mine spoilers are interesting, but they're not like end game. They're just like plot. And I think the plot's going some in conceptually interesting places. I really do, but I'm curious now. Like, where are they going to go with this? There's some interesting story threads that could be pulled here, especially with concerns to returning characters. Like looking at some Revendreth stuff, there's certain characters that I'm expecting to see, which we know have been data mined. However, we don't really know what role they're going to play yet, and they supposedly have issues with their enemies. So sorry, my RDA set off the smoke alarm. Why did I pick my wolf? So hand this in. We're not going to accept any more quests because we're going to go back to Orgrimmar because it's Northrend time. That's fine. We need to go to Garadar anyway. We will be ending the stream very shortly because, as I say, we're only doing a short stream for this afternoon before later. I love this. My question is, where was that water coming from? But then it's Outland, so it doesn't have to make sense, I suppose. The Blizz devs were like, it's Outland, they ain't going to explain shit. I'm sure they were like, right, okay, so we know that the Outland is all messed up because of the fact it got blown to pieces because Ner'zhul. How do we express that? Well, drugs. What? All of you. Go do some and design it. That's basically how I imagine this process went. I know that Altruist the Sufferer is out here. Well, it's time to go back to Orgrimmar. Because we're going to start Northrend. Not right now, obviously. But Northrend is the next place. So, let's have a look at our spell table. Just get rid of some old quests while we're here. These are very, very old quests that I never completed. Well, we completed but never handed in. Okay, so we're going to end it there, guys, for now, and then we're back this afternoon, so thanks so much for tuning in. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, follow us on Insta or any of our other socials here, and we'll be back later on for some more WoW streaming and probably some Halo Reach campaign if we get time. So thanks a lot, guys. Take care, stay in, and stay safe.